everyone, welcome to the Movieception Show. I am Fariba and we're just about to watch the fourth episode of She-Hulk, which means that we're just less than halfway through the series. And as you probably remember from my last reaction video, I kind of felt a bit mixed about the third episode because I just felt that it wasn't really contributing to the big picture of where Jennifer's story is going to lead up to. And although, again, we're just early on in the series, and hopefully things will start to really pick up later on, and particularly with this episode, because I at least remember reading a few articles where the director or the writer, one of the two, had mentioned that people are going to absolutely love the fourth episode. And now that we are in the fourth episode, I'm very curious to know what's going to happen. For the most part, I think the one thing I'm curious to know is whether this is going to be the episode where we're going to see Daredevil, because I know that they actually teased that in the latest trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. And if so, holy crap, I am super, super excited because, for one thing, I watched the Daredevil series, the Netflix show, back when it was still airing at that time. It was so grounded, it was so sophisticated, it was just such a different Marvel show that it really captured who Matt Murdock / Daredevil is in the series. And not just that, but even though the second season wasn't as great as I would have wanted it to be, the third season really, really picked up the things and really showed the best of Matt Murdock, especially because he was definitely in a more conflicted, he was definitely in a conflicted zone at that time, and especially in terms of his religion, then learning about his parentage, and then of course Wilson Fisk coming back into the picture. So I am super, super excited for this episode. Again, I don't know if it's going to be the Daredevil episode, we'll see. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started with She-Hulk episode 4.
Well, as the great Billy
Okay.
Shakes once said, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
How did he get that? Wong. Whoa.
Where am I? What happened to all the goblins? Who are you? Are you the goblin?
He was about to watch The Products.
I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, but now my dad lives in Phoenix with his new family, so I go there sometimes. He marries this woman who's... This is the one where they kill Adriana. It was so sad.
Oh.
I cried for 3 days.
Dottie Place is going to pay for this.
Oh. So we got more Wong, I see.
I guess you saw that Wong is back. God, everybody loves Wong. It's like
We
getting
do.
to show Twitter armor for a week.
We
Good
do.
morning, sweetheart.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Well, after that scare you had, I am here to beef up security. I've got new locks,
I love the dad.
alarm system, and pepper spray.
What's the shovel for?
Digging holes. Let's just leave it at that.
I don't need you to do any of this.
My daughter gets attacked by 4 men, and I'm supposed to do nothing?
Your daughter's a Hulk. I'm gonna be fine.
What did the police say?
Oh, these, police.
Okay. Oh, she's going by Jennifer Walters, Esquire.
And astral planes.
Completely.
I need to make an example of Donny Place. Set a precedent that no unlicensed persons ever attempt to practice the mystic arts again.
Well, this might be pretty straightforward. Did Mr. Blaze sign an NDA or a non-compete?
No.
Was there a contract when he began training?
Students pledge themselves to be loyal servants of the mystic arts.
And did you get that in writing?
No. Miss Walters, we answer to a higher power that abides by the metaphysical laws of the time-space continuum.
Sure, but this is the American legal system. No judge is going to take this seriously unless we do things by the book.
Book of Ashanti.
No, the Book of American laws. Do you want to leave your information?
CGI is a bit off in that scene, just saying, but
Done.
That's
Okay.
Wong, cease and desist.
Great. Now you're dating.
Why don't they?
Oh.
Don't date that guy. Jesus. There are plenty of non-gross people out there for you to date. Show me your matcher profile.
No.
Jennifer. We're not using your corporate headshot as your profile photo. What's your first date gonna be? Webinar?
This is exactly what
Come
you want to
on.
say.
Okay, there's no judgment. But that was really bad.
He's a
No,
true
officer,
magician.
That stroller hit me. I'm a New Yorker, through and through.
Oh, how long did
New
you?
Yorker,
14 months. But I decided
huh?
I couldn't just be a yes man to some stiff boss, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm an entrepreneur.
What? It's that. It's that. Oh.
All right. Thank you so much for the drinks.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, we should do this again.
There's an idea.
This is Al.
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Is it Is it Doctor Strange?
I'm gonna show you my high school dance routine right now. Yep. Oh, Madison is with 2 N's, 1 Y, but it's not where you think.
Could you just spell it for us?
Absolutely, I will for sure. M-A-D.
Oh, real magic.
Oh my god, even the lawyer's a magician. That is enough.
If I may say a few words, Your Highness.
Stop throwing smoke bombs. How did he get these through security anyway?
That's true.
Oh, I have to agree with this.
I mean, technically speaking, he has that spell where you could just, you know,
If you can proof it for me tomorrow.
forget that whole thing happened in Sopranos.
Yeah, I am totally aware that tomorrow. Well, that's demoralizing for Jeff.
You look stunning.
Thank you. You look very nice. To Earth.
Even vibranium?
Why? Do you have some on you? You want to test it out?
No, I wish. God, you're just so powerful. What a specimen.
Did you just call me a specimen?
What?
As a compliment.
Is there anything worse than dating in your 30s?
Talking about myself. Tell me about you.
Oh.
Also, should we split some fries?
Yeah, let's get those to go.
Now, I want you to close your eyes.
Oh my god.
Dummy, please don't handle this. Ta-da! Hey! All part of the show.
Close it. Okay.
Before they happen,
Is that?
we can see you 3.
This is us?
Wong! My main man.
Tony Blaze, what did you do?
A fun story. Not exactly sure. I could really use your help. Just for the record, I'm doing this for the universe, not for you. Great. Perfect. What should I do?
Call my lawyer.
Ah.
right in the middle of the lobby. If that matters, but it does.
Instead of kissing his very hot face right there.
Oh god.
I'm covered in demon goop. It's a magic show. Which is the worst part of this whole thing.
That's just demon.
Okay.
That's cool. Unexpected.
I made breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Oh wow.
And don't worry about the sweater.
Wow.
Whatever, hot doctor's a cliche anyway. Trademark? What trademark? She's suing me over the name She-Hulk? But that's my name.
Now, she trademarked it first, right?
Oh, is that how it works, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Get out.
Okay, sorry, thank you.
Wow. Okay.
Kind of a bummer way to end this episode. I bet there's a fun tag.
This is us. Okay.
Wongers, have you ever had tequila sunrise?
No, I think so.
Long Island iced tea?
Yep.
Blue carousel?
No. What's blue carousel?
I don't know, it's blue.
No.
Manhattan?
Yep, Manhattan had it.
Slow gin fizz?
Damn.
No.
Just vodka straight?
No, I've had
Goldschlagers?
vodka and yak milk. Never.
Yak milk.
Do you have any of that here?
Actually, we still have some left from the wedding.
I'd love to try some yak milk.
Yeah.
What's your favorite drink?
Well, gin and tonic.
Waters!
Right.
Ow. I don't know if they do bottomless gin and tonic, but we will find it.
Okay.
Oh my god, yum.
Okay. Alright, so that was the 4th episode of She-Hulk, and I have to say, I actually genuinely enjoyed this one, because there's just a lot, because it just felt like a sitcom style type of episode, unlike some of the other ones, where even though this wasn't really leading up to kind of the big picture of where her story is going to lead, it does kind of give an idea of how She-Hulk's journey is going to proceed moving forward, especially because I think this might be one of her, first real battles or first real fight where of course she is teaming up with Wong. So I definitely like more or less, and not just that, but we got to see more of Jennifer's personality and kind of just how she's trying to balance out her life as both a She-Hulk and as a human attorney, right? So I definitely do enjoy some of that aspect in this episode, and how she's trying to balance it out, and again in terms of like a sitcom style, and definitely in this case there was a lot more of the breaking the fourth wall, her trying to get some of the commentary, especially the one comment about Wong. I mean, we all love Wong, right? And I'll talk about Wong in a second, but I definitely felt like I got more of Jennifer from this episode, just kind of who she is, kind of how she's trying to balance things out, and the fact that because of her distinct personality, that it worked, and so in a sense that this episode felt kind of it had that sitcom style where each episode would be distinctive from each other. And in this one, it definitely felt like there was a lot more fun. It was a lot more entertaining, fun, humor. I definitely enjoyed all of those aspects of this episode. And of course, I think one of the things I was kind of a bit peeved about for a little while is the fact that so far in some of the other episodes, any character that has showed up that aren't necessarily the big players, like Jennifer, Titania, and her friend, I felt like each episode were going to be just about cameos galore, and that was the one thing I was really, really concerned about, because I just felt that having all these cameos and not kind of, leading up to something would just be a huge disappointment, and just kind of, again, this is a sitcom style, and I get that. That's probably why it's okay to do it in this case, but even then, for a story like She-Hulk, I really want to kind of see how her journey would grow. But I definitely love the fact that they didn't just make Wong just a one-time type of character who just appeared in one episode. He eventually showed up again. He was he had a much bigger appearance in this episode, where of course he has his own legal issues against a magician, and that played a role into this episode. And of course, I can't even believe it, but he really, really stole the show over here. I mean, he was hilarious. I mean, he is one of the reasons why we love this character. Of course, enjoyed is the fact that he kind of has this playful relationship with this Madeline girl out of nowhere, right? Or Madison, I think it was Madison, or Madison, I think. But and even though Madison's just a minor character who just showed up out of nowhere, it just somehow worked. Again, it just gave a little bit more of this personality of who Wong is, and that he isn't just like a sorcerer, right? Like, I mean, we saw in Doctor Strange movies that he's somebody who likes to, explore pop culture, and now here we are seeing that he's watching The Sopranos, he's watching This Is Us, and he really enjoys those aspects of it. So definitely nice seeing Wong show up again, just seeing more of him. Like, at this point, it's kind of becoming more and more obvious that he's probably going to be the Nick Fury of this multiverse saga. Again, I don't know where his story is going to go from there. Like, I hope that this won't be the last of Wong, because I feel like, having seen this episode, he is kind of a big player, and I hope that he's going to have a much bigger role, that maybe somewhere, somehow, he'll be a bit more involved in sort of She-Hulk's journey, although without, of course, stealing her spotlight, because this is a show about She-Hulk. This isn't a show about Wong. And so, I feel like in this case, in this episode, like, even though Wong was, great to watch, there was still that balance that he didn't necessarily steal a show from Jennifer. It actually all balanced out to a point where it's great having him as a side, supporting character to show up and create the story, and then allowing Jennifer to, have her own story kind of flourish, and allowing her to grow as a character. So, again, I really liked this episode just for that. Like, I felt like there was a lot more going on, and it was a lot more cohesive, and now, and not just that, but I think that we're finally kind of getting to the point now where we might actually start seeing more of Jennifer's conflict starting to really build up, because then we see in the final scene right before the credits, well, Titania's out of prison, and well, she's now being sued for a trademark. So now, hopefully, moving forward, that would mean that we'll be a bit more focused on the big picture now, knowing that, okay, so, because again, we've known even before the show had started that Titania is going to be the main villain, and yet we haven't really seen her except for like 2 minutes of, like, not even 2 minutes, like literally like 30 seconds of the final moments from the first episode, and now she's finally coming back, thankfully, and actually in a very, in the best part of, I guess in the best timing of the show, just because we are now in the 4th episode. We haven't really seen her, but that still gives us enough time to kind of, see more of Titania, learn about her. It seems like she's a really rich person, so that's going to be one thing that we're probably going to see more of, hopefully in the next episode. But yeah, I mean, moving forward, I hope that we get to see more of the conflict between Jennifer and Titania, because then, again, like, I think one of the issues that we've seen in the MCU is that the villains are never as well established as they should be, aside from, like, rare characters like Vulture, Loki, and Thanos. Hopefully, in this case, we'll see more of Titania now that she's coming back onto this big screen. And hopefully by next episode, we'll see more of those tensions. And yeah, then again, that's a great way to really just, stop before, getting into the build-up of it. So again, I wonder how that's going to lead up to everything else. And again, the post-credit scene was fun to watch, of course. This one was definitely not as cringy as the last one. Again, we're seeing a lot more of this, funner, more, relaxed side of Wong that we love seeing. I mean, again, we love Wong. And yeah, and of course, like, I'm, misjudged the fact that this was going to be a Daredevil episode. It's not a Daredevil episode, but there were several references that he's going to be showing up soon, because, of course, her first date mentioned New York. So, I wonder, again, like, I don't know when exactly we'll see Matt Murdock. I think if I recall from the promos or from the trailers, I think the time that we actually start seeing him with Jennifer is when Jennifer gets her suit from the comic book. So whenever she gets her suit is probably when we're going to see Daredevil. So I'm going to assume that that's going to be more so later towards the season. Hopefully maybe like episodes like 7 or 8ish that we'll get to see him, maybe, because like I feel like if they're just going to include him and just have him at the end just for the sake of appearance, right, then that's just going to be a huge bummer, because it's just going to ruin, it's just going to be fan service, basically. We don't, and I love fan service. I'm somebody who's always up for it. I mean, who doesn't want fan service, right? Like, that's one of the best things about being a fandom, is having the great moments, like, you know, the most anticipated thing that we've always wanted to see finally coming true. And as much as I would want that, I also want to make sure, I also would want those appearances, those fan services to actually lead to something and be purposeful for the actual story itself and not just be, you know, a gimmick. So hopefully we'll see him soon. I mean, again, I misjudged the timing of when he was going to appear. That's totally fine. But again, I think even just with the misconception with that, I genuinely enjoyed this episode. It was really fun. It was nice seeing her going on the date situation. And again, how we're kind of seeing more and more of Jennifer growing. And hopefully now that the villain has now come back to the screen, we'll see a bit more of the big picture that's going to slowly start leading up to kind of where the end game is going to be. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. So let me know what you think. Did you enjoy this episode as well? Did you like it more than the other three? Or things that you did like, things that you didn't like? What do you think is going to happen moving forward now that Titania is finally coming back into the picture? Do you think we're going to see Wong again? Like, will he be a bigger player than we thought he was going to be? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe.